Capricorn, beware of this person right now. Number 5 will shock you. Capricorn, stop everything you're doing right now. If you were born under this sign, you need to know that there's someone around you who isn't who you think they are. And the scariest part? That person is closer to you than you imagine. In the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal exactly who this person is who is playing with your emotions, manipulating your decisions, and even worse, blocking the blessings the universe has in store for you. And when you discover number 5 on this list, you'll be absolutely shocked. It might be hard to believe at first, but the signs are all there. Have you been feeling that strange sensation lately? That Capricorn intuition that never fails is trying to warn you about something. Maybe it's that person who always shows up with innocent comments that undermine your confidence. Or that acquaintance who seems to be rooting for you, but you feel a heavy energy every time they're around. It could even be someone from your own family. As a Capricorn, you are known for your discipline, ambition, and unwavering loyalty. But these same qualities can make you a perfect target for people who envy your success and determination. And now, in 2026, with planetary energies aligning specifically for Capricorn, this person is revealing themselves in ways you can no longer ignore. Stay with me until the end of this video, because I'm going to show you not only who this person is, but also how to protect yourself from them and completely turn the tables in your favor. Number 5 will leave you speechless, I guarantee it. Before we begin, subscribe to the channel and leave a like. This helps me continue bringing you content that truly transforms lives. And believe me, you'll want to save this video to watch it again. Now, let's get to the revelations that will change everything. Capricorn, you work hard. More than any other sign. You know the weight of discipline, the bitter taste of sacrifice, the pain of climbing the mountain when everyone else stopped in a valley. You are the goat that scales the highest peak, step by step, stone by stone, even when your knees bleed and your lungs burn. And when you finally reach the top, when you achieve that promotion, that recognition, that victory that cost you years of your life, you look for the faces around you. You want to see pride. You want to see genuine celebration. But what do you find in the eyes of that specific person? A forced smile, a hollow congratulations, and then a venomous phrase disguised as concern. But don't you think you're working too hard? Or, I hope this doesn't change you. Or, it must be good to be so lucky. Luck? Luck? Capricorn, you weren't lucky. You were courageous. You were resilient. You had the strength to keep going when everyone else would have given up. But that person will never acknowledge it. Why? Because your victories are mirrors reflecting their own failures. Think about it. How many times have you shared good news and felt that strange energy in the air? That uncomfortable silence? That comment that made you question whether you should be happy? This person is a master at turning your gold to ashes with just a few words. She will never congratulate you without inserting a criticism. She will never celebrate your success without diminishing it in some way. And the worst part is, she does it so subtly that you begin to doubt your own perception. You think, maybe I'm being too sensitive. Maybe she's just worried about me. No, Capricorn. Your intuition is right. And this is just the first of 5 revelations. As a Capricorn, you are a natural planner. You don't act on impulse. You build strategies, make lists, and prepare each move with the precision of an architect designing a cathedral. When you decide to do something, it's not a passing whim. It's a decision carved into the rock of your determination. But there's that person in your life who always shows up with objections when you're about to act. Are you going to start that business? They question the timing. Are you going to make that career change? They list all the risks. Are you going to invest in yourself? They remind you of all those who failed before. It's like a storm cloud that appears just when you're ready to fly. And the most dangerous thing is that it disguises its sabotage as realism or genuine concern. It says, I just don't want to see you get hurt, or I'm just being practical, or someone needs to bring you back to reality. But here's the truth that will set you free, Capricorn. People who truly love you support your dreams, even when they're afraid for you. They may express concern, yes, but they always end by saying, but I believe in you. You can do it. That person? They always end up planting the seed of doubt. She'll never be there, encouraging you to take the leap. She'll be holding your clothes, pulling you down, whispering that the ground is safer than the sky. Why? Because if you fly, she'll have to face the truth that she chose to crawl. And there's more. She does it so consistently that you start to internalize those doubts. You start postponing your plans, waiting for the perfect moment that never comes, collecting excuses instead of achievements. And all because this person is infecting your dreams with her virus of fear. Reflect now. How many opportunities have you let pass you by because someone convinced you it wasn't the right time? How many dreams have you kept locked away because an external voice spoke louder than your inner voice? Capricorn, you are ambitious, but not competitive in a destructive way. You want to climb? Yes, but you don't need to step on anyone to get there. You compete with yourself, with your own limitations, with a version of yourself from yesterday. Your climb is solitary, because you know that the top is big enough for everyone who has the courage to climb. But this person doesn't think that way. For them, your friendship, your relationship, your connection is a zero-sum game. If you win, they lose. If you shine, they stay in the shadows. And that's unbearable for them. So she plays a silent and cruel game. She will never admit that she is competing with you. She will smile, she will hug, she will say she is happy for you. But behind that mask, she is measuring your every move, comparing each of your achievements to hers, feeling a burning pain every time you advance. And you know what's saddest? You never asked to be in this competition. You were just living your life, pursuing your dreams, being authentically yourself. But to her, your mere existence is a threat. Your light is an insult to her darkness. Pay attention to the signs. Does she always mention her own achievements right after you share yours? Does she try to outshine you in social groups? Does she copy your ideas, your style, your choices, but always adding something to try to make it seem better? Does she feel a strange pleasure when you fail? This isn't friendship, Capricorn. This is envy disguised as intimacy. It's poison served in a crystal goblet. And the most dangerous thing is that you, with your unwavering Capricorn loyalty, keep giving chances, keep believing that the person will change, keep nurturing a relationship that is consuming you from the inside. Here's a hard truth. Some people don't want to see you do well. They want to see you do a little worse than they do, so they can feel a little better about themselves. And as long as you're around them, you'll always be clipping your own wings so you don't make them feel inferior. Before we reveal the last two truths, I need to know. Have you ever felt this? Have you ever recognized this person in your life? Comment below. I felt this if you've ever been through any of these situations. I want to know I'm not alone. I want to know you're feeling every word of this video deep in your soul. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do it now. The next two reveals are going to be even more intense. Capricorn, you have a secret that few know. Behind that armor of strength and discipline, there is an incredibly generous heart. You are loyal to the last drop of blood. When you love with the solidity of a mountain. When you commit, it's forever. But this loyalty, this capacity for complete self-sacrifice, is also your greatest vulnerability. And this person knows it. They've studied you. They've mapped your weaknesses. They know exactly which buttons to push to make you feel guilty, to make you question your limits, to make you backtrack on your decisions. She understands your deep need to be useful, to be needed, to prove your worth through what you do for others. So she transforms you into her personal savior. There's always a crisis. There's always a problem that only you can solve. There's always an emotional emergency that requires your presence, your energy, your time. And when you finally try to set a boundary, when you say no for the first time in years, she plays the blame card with surgical mastery. I thought you cared about me, or you've changed, you're not the person I knew anymore, or after everything we've done for each other. Capricorn, pay attention. People who truly love you respect your boundaries. They may be sad, they may express disappointment, but they will never try to manipulate you through guilt. They will never use your history of kindness as a chain to bind you to them. This person, however, has turned your generosity into a prison. They know you have such a strong sense of responsibility that you'd rather sacrifice yourself than disappoint someone. So they abuse this. repeatedly, without remorse. While you exhaust yourself trying to carry their weight, they only ask for more. And the cruelest part? She's never there when you need her. When you're the one falling, when you're the one breaking, suddenly she's too busy, too tired, or worse. She makes you feel like you're a burden for needing help. Think about it. How many times have you canceled your own plans to be there for that person? How many times have you put their needs above your own? And how many times have they done the same for you? The difference between those numbers is a measure of your exploitation. Yes, Capricorn. The person you need to fear most, the person who is blocking your blessings, sabotaging your plans, competing with you, and using your vulnerabilities against you, is the version of yourself that you have become because of pain. Let it sink in deep. Let the truth burn. That critical voice that diminishes your achievements, it's not always external. Often it's your own inner voice saying, "It wasn't a big deal," or "anyone could have done that," or "I was just lucky." You rob yourself of the joy of celebrating because you learned, at some point in life, that showing pride is dangerous. Those doubts that creep in when you're about to take a big step? Yes, sometimes they come from outside. But how often are they your own limiting beliefs whispering, "Who do you think you are?" or "People like you can't do this," or "It's better not to try than to try and fail." The silent competition? You do it to yourself every day. You compare yourself to idealized versions of what you should be. You're never good enough in your own eyes. You're always a few steps behind where you should be. You are your own harshest judge, your cruelest critic. And to use your kindness against you? Oh, Capricorn, you're a master at that. You punish yourself for setting boundaries. You feel guilty for prioritizing your needs. You sabotage yourself because, deep down, you don't believe you deserve to rest while there are still mountains to climb. Here's the truth no one tells you. You carry within you all the voices of all the people who ever made you feel you weren't enough. Your parents who demanded perfection. Your teachers who never recognized your effort. Your friends who abandoned you when you needed them most. Your lovers who left saying you were too intense or too cold, or any other excuse to avoid admitting they simply didn't know how to love you the right way. And you internalized all those voices. You transformed them into your own narrative. You became your own saboteur, your own competitor, your own tormentor. But do you know the good news? The liberating truth amidst all this pain? If the person blocking you is yourself, then you also have the power to free yourself. You hold the key to your own prison. You always have. You don't need anyone's permission to celebrate your victories. You don't need outside approval to follow your dreams. You don't need to compete with anyone, not even past versions of yourself. You just need to decide that today, right now, at this moment, you will begin to treat yourself with the same unwavering loyalty that you offer to others. Capricorn, you've spent your whole life climbing mountains to prove your worth. But what if I told you that you're already valuable? That you always have been? That you don't need to conquer anything more, climb anything more, prove anything more to deserve love, peace, and happiness? What if you could, just for a moment, stop being the climbing goat and simply be? Simply exist without the constant need to produce, to conquer, to prove yourself? This is the central conflict of your existence, Capricorn. The war between who you show to the world and who you truly are inside. On the outside, the rock, the pillar, that which never breaks, the responsible one, the reliable one, the strong one. Inside, the child who still hopes to hear you did a good job and that's enough. The heart that bleeds every time its vulnerability is rejected. The soul that is so tired of carrying the weight of the world that sometimes it just wants to lie down and never get up again. You've built such a tall fortress around your heart that sometimes even you forget there's someone alive inside. You've become so good at functioning, at producing, at executing, that you've forgotten how to simply feel. And the most tragic part? People love you for your strength, but no one sees that this strength is killing you. No one realizes that behind every achievement there is a price paid in loneliness, in swallowed tears, in hugs you needed but never asked for, because Capricorns don't need anyone. That's a lie. You need it. You've always needed it. You need to be seen for more than just your usefulness. You need to be loved even when you're not being productive. You need to know that you are enough not for what you do, but for who you are. And the person who most needs to give you that, that's yourself. So, my dear Capricorn, here is my last gift for you today. You have permission to rest, to celebrate, to fail without punishing yourself, to be loved not despite your weaknesses, but including them. You have permission to stop climbing for a moment and simply appreciate the view from where you already are. You've done enough. You are enough. You always have been. And if there are people outside your life who truly embody these 5 characteristics, who diminish you, sabotage you, compete with you, exploit you, you have permission to walk away. Loyalty doesn't mean martyrdom. Loving others doesn't mean losing yourself in the process. But more importantly than that, commit today to stop being your own enemy. Commit to treating yourself with the same compassion that you so generously offer to others. Now I want to know from you, which of these 5 revelations touched your soul the deepest? Have you ever recognized that your greatest battle is against yourself? Have you ever felt that silent pain of being strong on the outside while breaking on the inside? Comment below. Share your story. Share your pain. Share your truth. Because when you put words to what you feel, you begin the healing process. If this video touched you, share it with another Capricorn who needs to hear this. Sometimes, the message that can save someone is just a click away. I believe in you, Capricorn, even when you don't believe in yourself. And I hope that, after today, you'll start to believe in yourself too. Until the next video, take care. You deserve it.